Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. This one is about the 2020 Supra and the 5 things, plus a bonus, that I hate about the car. Now, hate is a strong word. I still love this car. It is not mine, if you guys caught that in another video, but I have been driving it for about 3 weeks now. So I've been able to develop a very fair assumption of the vehicle rather than just getting the oohs and ahs of an hour and giving you guys a review on it. Just because I hate 5 things about it doesn't mean I absolutely hate the car, okay? A lot of people seem to think that with the things that I hate about my Toyota 4Runner. They're like, oh, why didn't you get a Lexus? Why didn't you get this? Oh, if you wanted a truck bed, why didn't you get a Tacoma? It's because I freaking wanted a 4Runner. So it's the same concept with this car. It's a great car, it's awesome, but for the price range that this car is, for what the Supra stands for and everything like that, that's kind of where these 5 things came into play. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, starting off with number 1, and it's a lot of other people's gripes, is the fake vents. You have fake vents all over the car, here, there, right here on the hood. We'll talk about that one in a second. And back here. So a lot of people said, oh my gosh, they're just fake vents, blah, 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 blah. Well, it's easier for Toyota to produce it with these fake vents for the aftermarket. And they've already said that. So this one right here, you can cut into if you really want to allow airflow into your brake system. Same with these ones back here. You can cut into it to allow heat to dissipate out. The ones up here on the hood, they do not go through if you were to just pop this out, but you can cut into your hood. The only one that legit I see no point in is this one right here. This literally is your door. So I guess if you want to cut into your door, and if you know you have a body kit or something like that, it could do that. But this really resembles the Mark IV, because the Mark IV had a vent down here. Now, I could have seen that if they put the vent here and just kind of made the door flow into that, but that vent right there, I have no idea what it's for. Now, the next thing I hate is coming into the interior. Now, this is my first time in a BMW, right? It is a Toyota Supra, but as a lot of you know, they collaborated with BMW for this, for not only the powertrain, but now it seems like a lot of other things inside the car. So I've never really been 100% in a brand new BMW, but everyone in the car scene, when they get in this car, they see the shifter, they see this radio thing right here, they see the BMW iDrive, all that stuff, they say it's a BMW. This is probably one of my biggest gripes with the car because, like, for me, it's awesome in here. It looks nice, it's decent quality and everything, but the fact that it is legit BMW in here, this is BMW, the stock is BMW, steering wheel, a lot is BMW in here. I really wish Toyota translated their Toyota-ness into this. Like if they just did the powertrain and chassis and everything with BMW, but they designed their own interior, I feel like that would have been awesome. This in no way resembles a Mark IV at all. This looks like just BMW. They could have came up more like this to kind of have that Mark IV pilot cockpit kind of a thing, but it's just BMW in here, and I feel like I'm beating the horse by saying that. The fit and finish in here is very nice, appealing wise, but if you start to touch stuff like the new C8 Corvette that's coming out in almost the same price range, you touch that on the C8 Corvette because it looks like brushed aluminum, they said it's going to be brushed aluminum. It's plastic. Same with the doors right there, plastic. A lot of plastic pieces in this car, which now will relate to the next thing that I don't like, and it is the rattles. Listen. Rattle. This. Rattles. A lot of the car rattles, and when you're driving, and if you're not like driving it hard and listening to the exhaust and banging through the gears, because that is what I love about this car, it rattles a lot. So especially when it's hot out, it's like 100 degrees almost, probably inside this car right now, and just all the plastic, just, I mean, that's your knee. It makes a lot of noises. I don't understand the quality for that. It looks nice. It looks very, very good in here, but it freaking rattles for a $60,000 car. So now coming around to the 4th thing, I don't think like it's really that big of a deal, but it's definitely something. This thing feels so slow when you're going fast. And what do I mean about that? Well, we got pulled over one time and we were going 50 miles an hour and it wasn't a 35. We weren't even messing around. We were actually looking at the AC configuration and trying to figure it out. and we got pulled over for going like over 50 in a 35, and this thing doesn't even feel like it. Now, when we were in Mexico with it, right, Mexico, we were going like 130, 135, and it does not feel like it. This thing really starts to excel and you feel like you're going fast at like 145 plus. So this thing will be a ticket monster, I can tell, because when you're going fast, it does not feel fast. I had cruise control set on this thing at about 100 miles an hour in Mexico, and it felt like I was just cruising at like 60. So this thing feels so planted to the point where it feels slow when you're going fast. And it's a love-hate thing because this thing cruises so well at 100 miles an hour, but at the same time, you just only feel like you're going 50 or 60. Now, coming back into the interior for number 5 on my list, and it's the driver aids. The driver aids in this car, people say they don't like certain driver aids because the computer like overdoes the car and like you just want to drive the car. That is this thing in a nutshell. The nice thing is you could legit just turn it off. And the cool thing about the way BMW does it, sorry, Toyota, is that when you turn it off, you have custom settings. So like you can hold to turn it off. And if you turn your stuff off, like you can still have your radar for braking and everything going, but the lane assist will turn off. And that's probably my biggest gripe about this, is the lane assist. You get anywhere close to the line of the next lane in front of you, this steering wheel will jerk you back like it is no other. So it's almost dangerous just because sometimes roads get more narrow and wider, and the car will just like jerk you away from the other line. So being able to turn it off is a plus, but the way this system is and how sensitive it is definitely a gripe for me. So that's all 5. Not really that bad, right? It's a great car. There's some other little things like the way that the hatch opens in the back, like it's only with the key fob or inside, and you have to put your fingers under the paint to open it up. But those are kind of like the main key things that I don't like about the car. Got some freedom. So the bonus, ironically for me, is the price, right? Is the price. So this being a launch edition, 181 out of 1500, I can see people paying a little bit of a markup over for it, right? But the thing that I don't get is just the base price of these things. When the Mark IV Supra, like the top of the line Supra, came out, it's last year in 1998, that one's MSRP was 40 grand. You got the turbo, you got the sport roof, so like the Targa top that came off, that one was 40 grand. The top of the line one for the launch edition right now is like 57 grand almost. And of course with markups, you're upwards of 60 in a heartbeat, right? But even for the premium Supra, it's still at $55,000 to $56,000. So that's a difference of $16,000 in 22 years, which I get with inflation and all that is understandable. But when you look at the numbers on the paper, you know, you're a difference of 15 horsepower. The interior is still nice. Obviously it's updated, but it's with all standard stuff, run-of-the-mill stuff now. Then when you go down to the very base Supra in 1998, MSRP starting for that was $30,000. The base starter for this is $49,000. So people are saying, well, yeah, the Mark IV Supra, you know, it was 40 and this one's starting at 49, you know, it's only a difference of 9,000. That's not the case, because that's for base versus base. The difference is $19,000 almost. So is this car $19,000 worth more than what you could get a base Supra at in 1998? To me, honestly, no. I think a great starting price for this would have been the top of the line model in 1998. I really think the Supra 3.0 should start at $39,000 to $40,000. I think a launch edition should have been right there at $49,000 to $51,000. So personally for me, that's where I feel after driving this car for 3 weeks, that's its price that it should have been at, especially when you have cars like the C8 Corvette coming out, which that, yes, I'm gonna do a video on that, because that starting out at $59,995 is nice, but once you start to actually spec it to legit things inside the car, you're automatically like over 60, 70,000. But overall, this is an amazing car. It's freaking awesome. It looks the part, and you guys can see everything that I love about the car in the next video, and I will link it up in the iCard up here. So if you guys are new around here, please feel free to subscribe. No more Supra content as this thing is going away. It's getting out of my garage. Maybe I'll have some dealership Supra content later, but other than that, this one is going to be gone, guys. So if you enjoyed it, please feel free to subscribe, like the video, and I will catch you all in the next one. All right, see you later.